Stop doing random vocal exercises and do this instead. Now, at the time of making this video, I've got more than 500 videos on my YouTube channel and more than 1,000 across all of my online platforms. And I see the same singers coming back time and time again and doing different exercises, often within the same day. And while I'm really glad that you trust me to share with you how you can explore and improve your singing voice, it also worries me, because if you're doing lots of different things with your voice, especially if you're a complete beginner, then your voice and your brain are going to get confused. So in this tutorial, I'm going to break down exactly what I do with my beginner singers to help them to build a strong foundation for their vocals and for their professional singing career. And if you're interested in being a professional singer, then I recommend that you watch this. Your voice isn't just this tiny thing inside your larynx. I have said in other videos that your vocal cords are only tiny, which they are, but that's your actual vocal cords. But your instrument is your entire body, and your voice is made up of everything between here and here. Right from the end of your toes to the top of your scalp, that is your entire instrument. And this is why I believe, because it comes for free, this is why I believe that most people don't take their voices as seriously as other instruments are taken. Now, I have a friend who is a drummer who believes that singers aren't really musicians. I think not only is that insulting, it's extremely, extremely ignorant. Anyone who actually knows anything about singing knows that it is a complex instrument and is probably the most exposing of all of the instruments. Musicality and musicianship doesn't just come from playing actual instruments, it comes from understanding how music works, how you can integrate with music, how your relationship with music, how you relate with everything to do with music. So if you are someone who is either completely new to singing, or you're new to vocal training, it's really important to understand the basics and build from the bottom upwards. Just like any skill, you need to know the foundations before you can move on to the more complicated and the sexier stuff. When you're listening to your favourite artists, your favourite bands, they may or may not have had some vocal training. Now, the ones that have longevity and their careers last for decades, 20, 30 years or more, they've tended to have some form of vocal training, even if they didn't have it right at the beginning. Now, for example, the vocal trainer that I go to, Greg Enrique, he trained Courtney Love, okay? He didn't train her in the distortion, but he trained her to have a healthy voice so that she didn't lose her voice when she was recording and went on tour. But that wasn't at the beginning of her career. That was quite a few years into her career. He also trained Paul McCartney and other famous singers. Now, why that's also good for you is because it means that what I learned from him, I can bring to you, and I share that with you in these videos, and I share the more advanced stuff and the more complicated stuff in one-to-one situations with my singers who are my private clients. So to get back to you and how you will learn to explore and understand and build a stronger, more reliable, healthier singing voice, I recommend you start right at the beginning and just start with normal breathing. So just normal breathing. People say, oh, I know that I have to sing from my diaphragm, but then they can't tell me what that means or show me an example of what that means or even have an inkling. They've just heard other people say it. Don't worry about your diaphragm. You'll feel your diaphragm when you cough and when you laugh, but don't try to do anything with it yet, because that tends to overcomplicate things. And actually, when broken down, singing as a concept is actually very simple. Now, there are some coaches There are some vocal coaches who don't teach breathing at all, and I completely understand why. One of the reasons that I do is because I don't only teach vocals. I'm not just a singing teacher. I'm not just a vocal coach. I'm also a trained sound healer. I'm also trained in meditation and trained in helping people to unblock their hidden emotional and energetic blocks. Okay, and breathing is the basis of all of that. So just go back into your normal breathing pattern. And your body knows how to breathe. But as soon as we put a song in front of it or put it inside a song, we forget where to breathe. We forget how to breathe. We're not sure where we should breathe. We're not sure how much breath we should take in. We're not sure how much breath we should exhale. And it all gets very complicated. So when you allow your body to get back into its natural breathing pattern, your body, the cortisol hormones, the stress hormones, your brain, all of these energies in and around your body will start to calm down. Now, when people sing, they become nervous. Everything tenses up. Their throat tenses up. Their stomach tenses up. Shoulders. I see people singing with their shoulders up here. Their hands are doing all kinds of strange things. And all of that impedes your voice's ability to do what it's supposed to do naturally. Learning how to relax your throat. So you kind of need to actively relax your throat first. Now, your throat wouldn't really be relaxed, but what it means is that it's not going to tighten up and allow the sound to come out. And you need to open your mouth. Okay, if you look at singers like Beyonce, Jessie J, Ariana Grande, they're the people I always go back to. Freddie Mercury, George Michael, Meatloaf, you know, those very singers with very strong voices. Their voices are always really wide open. And I've had a couple of my singers say, you know, should my mouth be that wide? Yes, let the sound out. Not only are you letting the sound out, but when you make a bigger space, it amplifies the sound. Okay, that's just physics, right? Some kind of science, physics, I'm sure. Yeah, physics, right? It's physical. Give the sound some space, let it amplify, resonate in all of the cavities and create some volume rather than you having to push the sound out. So you're breathing naturally and you're opening your mouth and opening those throat muscles, actively opening them so that they don't tense up and cause strain when you try to produce a sound. The next thing, most of the effort in singing is actually in concentrating on not causing tension and not using all of the old habit. This is what happens in the first few weeks or months of proper vocal training. Now, there are different types of vocal training programs. People tend to name them after themselves. I've taken the best of the most famous ones that I know and that I've trained with, and I've created a program out of that. And I'd start with head voice. And the reason that I start with head voice and pharyngeal resonance is that there are lots of people, especially power singers, who are scared of their voice sounding weak. And singers who haven't trained, they tend to, not everyone of course, there are always exceptions, they tend to have weaker head voices and so they avoid using them. So learning pharyngeal resonance, A, helps to strengthen your head voice, and B, helps you to unlock and remove the tension from those throat muscles that are caused when you try to sing with power. So I recommend starting with pharyngeal resonance and head voice, and then if you haven't established chest voice, move into chest voice. Now, the problem with chest voice is that if you have a strong lower register, it can sound very, very heavy and can be very difficult to move from your lower register into your higher register. That isn't because notes in songs are too high. It's because your vocal cords bang together because they don't know what to do. As your vocal cords come together, they create higher pitches, which means that when you're singing higher, your vocal cords are closer, and If you're not able to navigate through the break between where your chest voice and your head voice meet, they bang together and they either stop the sound or create that cracking and breaking feeling that sounds like when teenage boys are going through when their voices are breaking. Now, the way to control that area of your voice is actually to relinquish control. Try not to control it. So the worst thing you can do is squeeze your voice and push your voice through that area to try and get to the higher notes, because physiologically you can't take your chest voice up high enough to create the higher notes. You have to go into head voice at some point. So when you mix your chest and your head voice together, that's when you're able to navigate around that area and sing with a nice smooth transition from your lower register through the mid-range to your higher registers and back down again. Now, in my course, Vocal Foundations, I take you through this step by step over 30 days, which is actually very quick. However, when you follow this exactly, you are going to get the same results as my singers get if you follow exactly what I tell you and you practice regularly. There's no point getting the course and going hard for the first week and then leaving it for a few weeks and then doing a 2-hour session 3 weeks later and then doing nothing for a week and then doing an hour for, there's no point doing it sporadically. So if you really do want to improve your singing voice, learn step by step. Anticipate that it's going to take quite a long time, from complete novice to proficient singer who sounds like a professional singer. It can take 2, 3, or even 5 years. Singers who take grades, that's the music exams, and start with grade 1, it can take 4 or 5 years to get to grade 8. Singers who start really young and do the pre-entry grades, that would take them 6 or 7 years because they've started before grade 1. So the grades take you step by step through the different areas of your voice and the different things that you need to learn to become a proficient singer. So if they take 6 months to a year to progress through a grade and take the exams, particularly if you're learning music theory as well, then you can imagine that it's going to take a couple of years for you to get from complete beginner to proficient singer, even if you're not taking the exam. So you can skip the exam period and just transition through the different areas of your voice. Now, Vocal Foundations is an online course. You get it through my the link that I'm going to put in the description or in the pinned comment when I remember, or up here if I remember to put it in. As I say, it's 30 days. It takes you step by step. It's not the same as this company that advertises all over YouTube and other areas of the internet. It's not the same as that. This isn't designed to get you to be a singer in 30 days. This is designed for people who are serious and want to build professional singing career. As I said, I'm not just a singing teacher. I'm not just a vocal coach. I do help singers to become or to build on the singing careers that they have already started. I also work with people who have been professional singers for a long time and help them to build and scale and create even more success. Vocal Foundations is designed for people who want to eventually be professional singers, or singers who are already gigging, already performing, already in rehearsals, or already recording, but want to train their voices a little more. So if that's you, go ahead into my description, go to where it says Vocal Foundations or in the pinned comment. So when you sign up, you're not just going to get those daily tutorials, you're also going to get a reflective journal. You're going to get prompts that are going to help you to build a more professional mindset and a more professional approach to your voice, to your vocal health, and to being a singer. And if you want to go beyond, that's also available to you as well. And if you're not looking to be a professional singer, then I welcome you to these YouTube tutorials as well. And if you're a complete beginner, I have a free course. You don't even need to put your email address in. Just go to the description where it says start this free singing course, something like that. It will say something about a free singing course. It's a YouTube playlist, so you don't need to give me your email address. So if you've enjoyed this tutorial, then remember to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and share it with anyone else that you think will benefit. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Stay hydrated. Ciao!